Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new or simply not yet subscribed, I'm Brittany, and definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button. And let's dive in to our topic for the day. So the Sceadugenga, which I'm probably butchering that, are mythical creatures that are said to live in the forests of England. They're also referred to as shadow-goers. And they're not dead, but they're not actually alive either. They're something in between. They have this ability, and that's to shapeshift. And they will often take form of children and even move into a village and live with a human family that takes them in. Their name is actually derived from the Old English language, which was spoken in England from the 5th century all the way until the 12th century. It's made up of two parts, shay-ah-doo, which means shadow, and genga, which means goer, which is an extremely fitting name for this being. No one knows the origins of the creature, and historians have yet to trace the creature's exact origins. They are believed to have roots in German mythology and are often associated with the god Woden or Odin, who is the god of wisdom, war, and death. There's also mentions in the poem Beowulf, There they are described as these shadowy creatures with dim red eyes and claw-like hands. The most common depiction of the creature is as a shadowy figure with glowing eyes. Sceadugenga are symbols of death and the afterlife. They're believed to be the spirits of the dead who have not yet moved on, kind of like in a purgatory. And they're often associated with darkness and the unknown. The creature's presence is often accompanied by a chill, a feeling of being watched, and hearing rustling just beyond where you can see. Like, you know something's there, but you can't see it. You'll start to notice this slight distortion in the shadows, like a bending of light, that doesn't make sense, although it typically doesn't seem to harm humans. It's said that its touch will bring misfortune, despair, or even physical harm. It's believed that light is essentially its kryptonite, and certain symbols of protection or ancient charms inscribed with runes will protect against the creature. The Sceadugenga have been depicted in video games, movies, and books, and is often portrayed as a dark and mysterious creature with a sinister and malevolent presence. There are other creatures that are similar to this one, like the Japanese Nekomata, which is this shape-shifting cat that can transform into a human. This creature is also not living, but not dead. Another similar creature is the Native American skinwalker. The Sceadugenga represents the older order of life. They're descendants of something that was created by the immortals in another era to counterbalance a great evil, but was cast aside and forgotten. And because of this, they can't enter sacred grounds such as church grounds. But they don't fear holy symbols like crosses, and instead they will actually get angered by them. Throughout time, their reputation has become associated with dark magic and evil. They're not typically aggressive, and they're actually quite shy. They enjoy being by themselves. They like to keep to themselves. But if they feel threatened, they will become aggressive and defend themselves. And I know I butchered their name. I'm sure of it. I'm sorry. The kids are sick, so I'm sure that you will hear coughing in this. A little bit of a life update. I haven't posted in like a month, and this is kind of as to why. Like, clearly I don't have my ring light up. I'm exhausted, honestly. My daughter Freya, she is a year. She'll be 2 in August. And she's been sick since Easter. And like it's fluctuated, but it was to the point where the doctor was worried that she had pneumonia. And for those of you that don't know, pneumonia is the #1 cause of death for children under 5. Thankfully, that came back negative. She had to go get a chest x-ray. But then like no further testing was really done, which is kind of mind-boggling to me because I don't know if she has something else now, but it like flared up and now her and Sebastian have it. And it flared up and she's spiked a fever the last 2 nights. You know, in the middle of all of this, my anxiety has gotten a lot worse. And I actually started having these horrible hives, rashes. I'm used to getting hives on my legs or on like my wrists and when I get really stressed out. But this was different. It was this large area on my back, like large area. And it like spread out. I was really scared because I had no idea what was causing it, what it was, if it was contagious, if it wasn't contagious. And I went to the doctors. Turns out it was hives, most likely to stress. And my body's just breaking down. Like, it just can't handle it. So it's like, oh, well, let's do this instead. So that's fun. And I'm also working a lot more with the kids. Like, I bring them with me, and that leaves much less time to do videos, which is heartbreaking to me because I truly love researching these things. I truly love talking about these things. And I'm going to continue to try to put out as much as I can. I'd love for one day this to be my career where I can go to these haunted places and I can research these topics and I can tell you guys all about them and, you know, really pursue a passion of mine, such a strong passion of mine. So on top of Freya being sick for like over a month, me developing a new, to me, form of hives, and Jeff's dad, my husband, Jeff, he had a heart attack and had to have heart surgery. He's going to have open heart surgery, and he is currently in the ICU. So we're dealing with that, and it's hard because we have young kids, and so I can't be with him for all of that. And that's heartbreaking to me because I want to be with him for that, because I know how hard going through stuff like that is. And it honestly breaks my heart not being there for him physically. And like tonight, he is out helping or being there for his dad, and I was supposed to go, but he's like, no, I'd rather you home with the kids because like Freya and Sebastian are incredibly sick, and like Freya spiked a fever of 101.1 and Sebastian's temperature was like 99.6, and it's a hard situation. Hopefully he fights through this and gets better And it's just been a lot, needless to say. But that is why I haven't posted. But I will. I'm going to do my best to post as much as I can. And I hope that you will stick with me through this. Because, like I said, posting and talking about these things is something I truly love. I do have investigations coming up this summer. You guys will see them this summer. That is non-negotiable. It will happen. I already have them booked. So stay tuned for that. And thank you for listening to, my life. And thank you for continuing to support me. Thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you like this video and subscribe. And until my next one, I love you guys. Bye.